So, as many of you probably know, there's this big Nintendo investor briefing that's been going on, and a lot of us Nintendo geeks hope that maybe we can figure out new things, new developments, mostly about upcoming games from these reports. But not so much for this one. We've got that damn Pokemon game date still marked as 2018 or later. I'm honestly starting to wonder if they're just f***ing with us at this point with that Pokemon date. Like, Nintendo, could you just tell me, is it 2018 or is it later? Don't give me both. I'm so tired of these rumors and leaked screenshots and crap like this that's driving everyone up a wall. Oh, this actually suggests it's pretty far along, probably coming out soon. Oh no, this suggests that it's definitely coming out way later. Just tell us, please. I wish that was the thing people were freaking out about, but what people are seeming to be really concerned with is this changing of the guard in some key positions, specifically at the tip top. Kimishima is out as president, Furukawa is in. Furukawa, who joined the company in 1994, I believe I saw at least, some confusion on Twitter and that about how long he had been involved with the company, but yeah, it's since 94. A lot of people are freaking out about this, and honestly, I don't see the big deal. But people assume that, there needs to be some major issue for a change like this to take place. Like, oh wow, they must feel like Kimishima is really screwing up to get him out of there so quickly. Not necessarily. Here's the thing, and I know, yeah, you millennials, maybe this is a bit hard for you to understand. No, I'm just kidding. But you can do a good job. You can do a great job. But there still may be someone who people think could do your job better. And when you're running something as big as Nintendo, sometimes you have to make these sorts of calls. Now, when interviewed with Nikkei, a Japanese news outlet, Kimishima mentioned that they want to get some younger leadership in there, which, my God, I couldn't agree with more. Some of the biggest issues with Nintendo, in my opinion, has been them feeling stuck in their old ways of doing things. Maybe someone could talk to this new younger president about things like YouTube and Twitch, for instance, and why literally every other gaming company in the world lets people on these platforms showcase their games uninhibited. Okay, maybe that's asking for too much, but it does make me a little bit more hopeful for things like that. Now, yes, this Furukawa guy, he's younger. I believe I read he will be 46 when he takes the new position. But he's no noob or anything. Like I said, been with the company since 94. He's currently running Nintendo's global marketing department. And if you follow me, you know one of my favorite parts of the turnaround between the Wii U and the Switch has been the marketing. I think the ads they've been doing for the Switch from day one, the very first time we saw this thing, through now have been stellar. Been praising the marketing across the board. So if this guy is in charge of that, it seems like he gets it, in my opinion. He's also an outside director at the Pokemon Company, as well as Nintendo's managing executive officer, so credentials-wise, it seems like this guy's pretty legit. Now, Kimishima, I think, definitely did a solid job. I don't know exactly what his intentions were when stepping into the role, if he didn't plan on being there for a very long time. I've seen debates on this. Was he planning on being a transitional president? People go, no, he's even quoted saying that wasn't going to be the case. Again, in the business world, especially with investors in that, people like stability. They don't want to hear about big transitions happening on the regular. So I can honestly see Kimishima, though maybe he never said he planned on being transitional, feeling that if he got them through the Switch launch and it was successful, had the company on track, as it were, and they had a suitable replacement, that he would want to step aside and could do so at that point without, investors freaking out. Once more, even if he wasn't totally upfront about it at the beginning. To clarify, it's hard to get worried about a change like this when the company is also reporting big gains, high sales. The very recently released Nintendo Labo is even doing really well, especially in Japan. They still forecast the big sales numbers through 2018. So if you are, say, an investor or, us, the fans, there's a lot of good news to be getting right now to get worked up about a change like this. As far as the big plans they have, the stuff that would affect their capital gains. They're saying everything's pretty much still on track. And for those worried about losing Kimishima in general, that too, I wouldn't freak out. Yes, he led Nintendo through the very successful launch of the Switch, but let's not forget much of this was in place beforehand. Not trying to downplay this guy's leadership or anything. He definitely seemed like a more no-nonsense type. Like, let's hit the ground running and grind this out, which I think is what you want for a big console shift like this. But obviously, the system itself, the games, much of this was in place long before he took over. So yeah, I'm not feeling like this is that big of a deal at all. However, what I'd like to say I really like about the potential with the new president, besides things like, we might see some change-ups in some of their old ways of doing things, is could we possibly see another Iwata-like figurehead for Nintendo? Furukawa is, like I said, on the younger side, as Iwata was when he became president, and just about every Nintendo fan will tell you that they loved Iwata, but it's not really because of how he performed his presidential duties for the company, not saying that he didn't do amazing things, but that's not why people loved him. It was his role as this figurehead, leading in the big presentations at E3, opening and being a main character on all of the Nintendo Directs. You could clearly see he was passionate about this stuff. You've got the president of this company being like, here's all the cool stuff we're working on, and we want to talk directly to you about it. We hope you get excited too. Everyone could tell that he genuinely loved what he was doing. And he wasn't afraid to be, light in serious situations, to make a fool of himself even, for the entertainment of the fans, to show us that passion. If I had one suggestion for Furukawa as he took over this new role, it wouldn't be an administrative one. Yeah, we could say like, oh, get more games on the Switch. Yeah, wow, I'm sure no one at Nintendo has ever thought of that. But I'd say if you are passionate about this company, which I'm sure he is, don't be afraid to show it, to use it as a way to connect with this audience. I think building that relationship where you have millions of fans feeling like the freaking president of this company is one of them can be a huge asset. But yeah, with that, this video's a wrap. Like I said, I wouldn't worry about this change too much. It doesn't seem like Nintendo is changing any of their main forecasts in terms of, sales and that. So it seems like they expect everything major to pretty much remain on track. And who knows, maybe having a new young leader could result in making some of these changes that could result in Nintendo being an even bigger success. So let me know your thoughts about this shift in the comments. As always, I'm John Zakari, and thanks for watching.